Well, hello. I feel like I'm just talking to the screen mostly. Hopefully you can hear me okay over there on Zoom. So we have some people in the room, including a couple students, and then the majority of students are online. So we'll start out by doing introductions first for the in-person group, and then go through some introductions for the Zoom group, and then we'll go ahead and get started giving you all the background information on this program that hopefully you're interested in finding out. And then at the very end, we'll have questions, again in batches. So to start, I'm Dr. Alice Alvarado, biology faculty. This is my colleague.
I'm Dr. Rosa from my biology faculty as well.
And then, boom, are you going to follow us around?
Yes, I will follow you.
For sure. So, hello everyone. My name is Wes Bradley. I'm the director of the Rosa Island Research Station. Very happy to have everyone here as part of this program. And when the students introduce themselves, if you could say what's the kind of what's the big reason that you're here today, and why you're most interested in this project. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Aspen. I am staff at the Rosa Island Research Station as well, and I'm super excited that we're hosting this and helping.
Yes. Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm a bio major. This is my third year here. I'm also minoring in environmental science. I thought this would be a great opportunity to just have on my resume, and even then also learn and be more involved with my major and my minor. So great opportunity. I'm glad I'm here. So.
Great, welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Tamara Santos, and I'm a senior here at CSUCI, majoring in biology, and what I really want to do is get some more field skills, which this is what a very wonderful opportunity to get that. So.
I guess I'll just come from behind the camera. Hello. My name is Mayra Garcia. I am an environmental communications student. I'm here helping facilitate this awesome presentation, and I really hope that you all apply to the biology field program. Yeah.
So should we do the transition?
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and connect the speakers. So Dr. Dilly, you can start introducing people online, and they can talk about their skills or their majors, right? And then the question was why they're interested.
Why they're interested in this program.
Perfect.
And is it possible to do this screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I am Dr. Jeff Dilly. I am also one of the co-instructors of this inaugural biology field program. I am a marine ecophysiology professor, and I'm happy to represent the online crowd. We're strong today. If any of the students would like to introduce themselves as well, please do so.
Okay, I'm just gonna popcorn off people. We'll go down the list. Let's hear from Crystal.
Hi, everybody. I'm majoring in biology. I guess I just wanted to join the meeting in order to just hear more details about the program and see whether I'm still interested about joining the program.
Cool, thank you. Now let's go to Daniel.
Hey, yeah, my name is Dan Fisher. I'm a third year here at CI. I'm a biochem major and a minor in ESRM. And honestly, I'm just stoked on the islands and I want to be out there. But yeah, I'm here just to see what's going on, see what this is all about. I'm curious.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Let's hear from Gabby.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm a second year biology major, and I was just interested in this program because I've been, since I really liked that Channel Islands had a Santa Rosa research station when I enrolled here, so I was really excited to hear about an opportunity about a program there.
Cool, thanks, welcome. And let's hear from John.
Hi, I'm a biology major. I'll be transferring in for the spring semester. And one of the big reasons that I wanted to go to Channel Islands was the Santa Rosa Research Station. And so I'm just really excited to learn more about this program.
Cool, stoked to have you. Let's hear from Olivia.
Hi, I'm a bio major. I just think it would be really cool to get some like hands-on experience. So I thought I'd stop by to just learn more.
Cool, welcome. Let's hear from Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm a third year, I'm a junior, and my major is biology. I've always been super interested in the islands, and I've been out there before to the research station. So I'd love an opportunity to be able to go back out again and really just take in the island for what it is.
Cool, thank you. Let's hear from Selena.
Hi, I'm Selena. I'm a second year here and I'm a biology major. My oldest sister went on the Santa Rosa like field program and she really recommended that I would do it too. I also found it interesting, so I'm just here to learn a little bit more.
Cool, looks like we have 3 more people left. Let's hear from Victoria.
Hi, my name's Victoria. I'm a third year bio major and it just sounded like a lot of fun. So I'm just here just to receive more information about the program before I make a decision if I want to join or not.
Awesome, welcome. Let's go with Isela.
Hi everyone, my name's Isabel. I am a bio major and I came across the email and it sounded super interesting, so I'm just here to learn more about it.
Awesome, welcome. And then the last person is Fawaz, are you there? Is it Fawaz? Oh, you know what, they have their audio off, so no worries. They just, so welcome. If you're here just observing, no worries at all. We're gonna go ahead and just get started with the presentation. So without further ado, I'm gonna connect or disconnect the speaker so we can go ahead and get Allison going. Perfect.
All right, everybody, so just making sure again that you can hear me okay, since the majority of our audience is online.
Yes, we can.
So hopefully we'll get some thumbs up on that end.
Yes, thumbs up is all.
Okay, got the thumbs up. Okay, so we have about 15 slides. We'll go through them one by one, but just as an introduction, again, we'll talk about all the faculty in a little bit, a couple slides in, but I just want to introduce the program in general. So this would be, as Dr. Dilly said, the inaugural biology fields program, meaning the first time we're doing this sort of course or program, that's what we mean by that, on the islands this summer, et cetera, et cetera. What do we mean by, on the islands? It's basically, this particular program is 10 days at the Santa Rosa Island Research Station, which you'll hear all about in this presentation. And again, it's happening summer 2022, and this is pretty biology specific. Now, it's will be somewhat interdisciplinary, like some of the other field programs, because biology in and of itself is such a diverse field, right? And your instructors will have varied expertise, so that makes it interdisciplinary in a way. This picture is taken from Santa Rosa Island, from the Torrey Pines by Dr. Jeff Dilly, and if you haven't been to the islands yet, right, that's why it sounds like most of you are here is for this opportunity, because right with COVID, it's kind of like delaying a lot of students like getting out there, because we hope that most of our students make it out there during their tenure here, but we're a little bit behind because of COVID. So this is being the first year we're doing this, sort of an ideal situation. Okay, next slide. So these are the 3 bio faculty members that are going to be instructors for these courses or this program. So of course, this is me. Dr. Dilly is online and Dr. Von May is here in person. Woo-hoo! He's going to present sort of the middle of the presentation and Dr. Dilly will chime in toward the end. I have the first few slides, which you can see Dr. Dilly already explained that he's a marine ecophysiologist, so very specific, whereas Dr. Von May and I both call ourselves evolutionary ecologists. We're both terrestrial biologists, focused on vertebrates for the most part, but overall I would say we're naturalists, all 3 of us, right? We like flora, fauna, vertebrates, invertebrates, sort of everything out there. So I think we have a lot to offer in terms of the diversity of specialization and interests. Okay, so next slide.
Sorry, I'm like either phone or computer.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so if you don't know about the island, sort of where it is, it's obviously off of the mainland, situated in between Santa Cruz and San Miguel. This is an aerial of the island. It's sort of an interesting shape. The arrow is pointing to where the research station is. So most of you guys have heard about the Santa Rosa Island Research Station before, right? We're really unique as a campus in terms of having this opportunity to bring undergraduates out there for classes, research, etc. So it opened in 2014, basically for our university to be able to, sort of take classes out there. It was formerly a bunk house for ranch hands. And as you learn more about the island, you'll learn about the, natural history, cultural history, etc. So you'll learn more about that. But what's included at the station are bunks for students. So you're not tent camping out there. You are basically, indoors, in bunk beds, for the most part. There's a full kitchen and dining area, lab space, including a dry lab as well as a computer lab. There is internet access out there, especially when you're doing research for long periods of time. You will likely need some internet access. So it's remote, but not so remote that you're disconnected. Limited, yes, limited. And then there is, like if you're thinking that it's super remote, right, it is, but we are pretty well set up out there in terms of an on-call ranger for safety, support for campus, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, and last but not least, we have the station director here, Russ Bradley.
Hello.
And he'll be here to answer various questions at the end. Next slide. Okay, so for this particular program, we're calling it a field program. When is it? It's basically during summer session B. So that is July of 2022. So I know it seems like a long way off at this point, but we got to prepare, right? This program in particular is 17 days. So the total span is from the 11th to the 27th. However, 10 of those continuous days will be spent at the research station. Okay. And here's a picture of the outside of the research station. So this is the bunkhouse, anyway, I won't go into any more details with that, but the rest of those 17 days will be spent on campus. So beautiful Channel Islands campus, right? Before we go out into the field, we would be doing an orientation for a few days and then presentations at the end. Okay? So the continuous days on the island are sandwiched in between the orientation and presentation. Okay, how much does it cost? So about $1,600 because you would be getting 4 units. I'm going to talk about that more in detail. But so that's sort of the tuition cost for the per unit expense, and then some university fees as well. Now, one thing we'll talk about with questions is that there will be some scholarships available, some full, some partial, some need-based or merit-based.
And then one thing I'll just mention here quickly too is that this program is being funded by, in part by a private donor, which that funding will cover all transportation, all food costs, all lodging costs for everyone. That is covered for all the students. And then we will figure out the specific numbers for the scholarships, but we understand that financial need is it's a big thing for our students. You know, will be a small, no more than 3 amount of scholarships that are full, complete, and that will involve applications for students with strong demonstrated financial need, and then there will be a number of other scholarships that will probably cover about 1/3 of these costs, and there will be many of those. We don't know exactly how much, probably going to be between 6 and 9 of those that will be merit-based, and we can talk more later, but when we have the full application process, there's going to be a scholarship component that's part of it, so thanks.
Yeah, so so you can see that this program, despite the $1,600 tuition, will be heavily subsidized because there's a lot of expenses that are already built in and covered. Okay, plus potential scholarship money that would cover some or all of the tuition. Okay. So next slide. All right, so we have approximately 20 spaces available. So what we're doing now is we're gauging interest in filling up these 20 spaces or so in the spring for the summer. So again, it's well in advance, but we need to be prepared. So we want to get the word out. Essentially what you're doing for our summer biology field program is 2 courses. So a 3-unit course in island ecology and then an additional unit for ecological field methods. So it's kind of like a 4-unit course, sort of lecture and lab. However, most of the time will be spent doing more lab type of activities where you're developing field skills, stuff like that, okay? But you must enroll in both courses to be part of the program. So that's why we call it a program. And then all 4 of those units would count towards biology electives, where for the bio major, you need approximately 20 of those. So those would count towards graduation. Next slide. And then, so what would you be getting out of the program? This is just kind of a general, bullet point list. And then, so I'm going to go through these, and then Dr. Rodney is going to take over with some more detailed learning objectives. But basically, you're going to be learning field methods. Like I said, that's the emphasis of the course. That's what we're going to spend most of our time doing when we're out on the island. But then you'll also be doing research projects. That's how you're going to gain those field skills with hands-on immersion of doing biological research. Okay, you'll also have the opportunity to interact with peers, your professors, other researchers while on the island. You can apply skills, this newly learned skills in this immersive environment. And of course, you're getting the elective units. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Rodney.
Thank you. Can you see me from here?
Yes, we can see you. You're good. Do you want the next slide?
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm Dr. Fonai, and I'm going to tell you about the learning objectives for the course. We have 3 main objectives. The first one is to integrate theoretical knowledge.
Speak up a little bit.
To understand the ecology and distribution of organisms with an emphasis on islands. And as we saw, Dr. Alvarado was explaining, the main course, the 3-unit course, focuses on island ecology. The second one is develop students' ability to carry out field research, including collecting data, analyzing data, then interpreting and presenting the research findings. And the presentation of research findings will take place in the last portion of the course when we return to the CSUCI campus. And the third one is getting practical experience overall in general in three main large ecosystems, including terrestrial, intertidal, and marine ecosystems. Next slide, please. Great, and this is probably a very important question. You might be wondering what you need to bring, what to expect. Well, first of all, because this is primarily a field class, we'll be spending a lot of time outdoors, and the basic equipment and gear that you will need is hiking boots, a backpack, sleeping bag, sheets, towel, a laptop computer. Here we are including a note here. It is very likely that it's possible to either take a computer on loan, borrow it from the Broom Library, or possibly rent. We are going to double check on that. They usually, you can usually check a computer for the duration of the entire semester. We want to double check with the library if that would be possible during the summer semester as well. In addition to that, a field notebook and regular stuff to be outdoors: sunscreen, hat, glasses, water bottle, etc. And I should mention, even though you see here sleeping bag, that doesn't mean you will be sleeping outdoor in tents. You will still be inside the station, but we recommend bringing a sleeping bag so you are more close to the station. Next one, please. Now, again, just to reiterate what is included in the class, in the field course: travel to and from the island, lodging while on the island, food while on the island, and equipment for conducting field. And as you see, we typically travel with Island Packers. That's the main company that provides transportation to and from the islands. They regularly go to the island. I believe it's typically every 3 days there's a boat arriving to the island. Right? And this is a view from the kitchen of the field station. And next slide, please. Now, what students are we looking for? So in general, what are the qualities and expectations from the students? We will be reviewing applications, and this is a list of expectations from us. You need to be committed to learning about field biology, so generally enthusiasm, good work ethic, be a team player, good for the program fit, because we'll be spending a total of 10 days on the island. Strong short essays of written communication skills, because a component of the field program will be writing a research report and also presenting your research findings. A faculty recommendation will be required, and this is primarily to get an impression from a different faculty who will support your application. GPA and relevant courses taken. This is in general to expect academic excellence from participants. And as you know, there will be scholarships, and there will be a second essay required for these scholarships. So again, the scholarships will be primarily based on the need and merit. Current sophomores through graduating seniors are welcome to apply. And to emphasize on that, seniors, if you graduate in the spring semester, you are still going to be eligible to participate in this. And next. And I believe this one, I will pass it over to Dr. Dilly, who will continue the presentation. Thank you.
Can you all hear me okay?
1 second, Dr. Dilly. I'm just going to move the screen a little bit further back so that I can reach the speaker system. So.
Understood.
You.
Oh, technology. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll take over from here. So we sort of went over the general dates, a little bit more specific about what we're going to be doing during the program. On this infographic, we're going to be getting started on that Monday, the July 11th, which is the beginning of the, close to the beginning of the second summer session at CI. We'll do an introduction. We're going to have 2 days on campus. We're currently trying to figure out what room to do that in. Very likely it's either going to be in Aliso Hall or in the library, wherever we can set up. That will be orientation, both in the lab. We'll be spending some time doing lectures and getting to know each other and going over some methodology, but we'll probably also do some near room ecology. We'll go outside and learn what transect tapes and how to use them and so forth. Then we're also going to get ready because on that Wednesday, July 13th, you're going to head out to the island. Now, as faculty members, we're going to rotate through. So you're going to be heading out with Dr. Von Mai, and while you're out there, you'll actually get an orientation at the station. You'll get yourself set up in the bunkhouse and get used to being out there. And also you're going to get some skills doing field work. You'll sort of get practice writing research questions and get yourself oriented to actually working in the field, because it is a different experience than being in a lab. And then on July 16th, you're going to rotate through and start on your first group project. The group projects we're envisioning are probably going to be around 4 students per group. That might change, but I think that's what we're working with right now. And that will be led by Dr. Alvarado. So she'll take the second, the middle portion of this on island section from the 16th to the 18th. I will be heading out there. There'll be some overlap of each of us while we're out there. And then on the 19th, I'll take over for the second group project. And we're envisioning that because my specialty is marine, the second project will probably be a marine themed. The first one will probably be terrestrial. That's still stuff we're kind of working out. Then I will accompany you all back on that Friday, July 22nd, back to the mainland. And we understand how intense that experience is going to be. So you're going to have the weekend off. We're going to come back to campus on the Monday, July 25th, and you're going to have time to spend on campus before we present on that Wednesday. You go to the next slide. So this is sort of a little bit more detail about the structure while we're out there, the topics that we're going to cover. When you're here on campus the first 2 days, we'll do an introduction to biology field research, talk about the scientific method and how it applies to field work. When we go out there, Dr. Von Mai is going to lead you through orientations, basic field observations, and setting up 20 questions, which is an exercise that he'll lead you through in terms of honing your research questioning skills. Your first project will likely be a terrestrial one, led by Dr. Alvarado. We'll focus on flora or fauna. That'll be decided by your group and in coordination with the faculty. And your second one is going to be likely marine or intertidal, again, as a group. The whole time you're going to be learning field research methods. You'll be taking short classes out there. We'll be doing hikes together and going to different research sites. When we come back to campus, you're going to have a couple days to be working again as your groups, doing data analysis, mapping, writing, preparing for your presentation. And on the final day, we'll be doing 2 sets of presentations from your first group and from your second group. All right, go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, so just a few dates for you now, if you want to write these down or take an image of the screen or anything. There is a Qualtrics interest survey that is live right now. And in just a second, I'm going to link that for you. There's also going to be a QR code that you can take a picture of the screen. This is to gauge interest in whether you think you might be applying for this program. We just want to get a sense of numbers. We're going to be sending this out. We would like you to respond to it. It's very quick. It should take you 5 minutes. By December 10th, you can do it right after this. That would be fine. We are going to have a second round of informational meetings after we've nailed down the classrooms and sort of the projects. and we'll have a better sense of the program in next February. Obviously, attendance is requested, but not mandatory at these. We're going to record these and put these up, but you're going to want to go to that if you're interested in the program. We are going to be asking at that point and putting live your formal application. So your formal application will be open in February and will be due March 11th. That is the day before spring break. That gives you something to finish before you head off for spring break, and gives us time over spring break to evaluate the different applications that we get and make selections. We will notify everybody who's been picked for the first round, as well as a wait list, which we'll assemble based on our categories that Dr. Von Mai went over on March 26th. The reason we're doing that is because the extended education, extended university courses open on March 29th. So that's when you can enroll. And to make sure that we have the course filled, we're going to require you to register your first round deadline by April 11th. If you don't, we're going to open up the spots to people on the wait list, because we want to make sure everybody has a chance to apply to this program and register if there is interest. And then, as we said before, we'll be on the program July 11th to 27th. Go ahead, next slide. All right, so in chat, I just linked a link to the Qualtrics survey, and the QR code is available right now, right there. So if you want to just take a picture of your screen or click on that, well, I guess you can't click on the link because it's an image, but I put it up in chat. So if you wanted to click on that link, and for those that are in the room, you can keep this up afterwards so they can take a picture as well. This is the survey that we're just going to ask for your participation and gauging your interest. And go ahead and go to the next slide. And that's it for us. Just a couple more pictures. I took the two on the left. That is the famous island fox right by our station. I can guarantee you will see one of them in 10 days out there. They are fearless and adorable little monsters that will get into all of your food if you leave it outside. There's also sea urchins that I took a picture of, and then credit to NPS for a beautiful photo of Torrey Pine. So I wanted to open it back up to the people in the room for questions, as well as questions to everybody online. You can either ask in chat or on voice. Thanks for coming to our session. I think we might have lost connection. Okay, anybody on Zoom want to ask me questions? I'll try to field here while we're trying to reconnect. You're very welcome, Victoria.
I guess I have a question. I came in a bit later. What was the premise for the scholarship?
The premise for the scholarship is need and merit based. There will be 3 full scholarships. So the tuition is $1,600, which is 4 units for extended ed. And the scholarship would cover that. Everything else, including travel, lodging, food, is already covered through generous donations to the research station. So the scholarship would be for the tuition. We're going to be evaluating both on need and merit.
Okay.
You're very welcome, Isabel.
Okay, sorry, for some reason my Zoom switched over from the phone to the laptop, so I just want to make sure that this is working correctly. Can you guys hear me from the laptop all good?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So what I will do is I will switch the screen over so that the people in person can see basically my Zoom room right here. Okay, perfect. So is there anybody else in the Zoom that would like to, that has a question? If not, I will open it up to the floor as well, if anybody has a question.
Actually, I've got a question for this. So based off the program, is there multiple programs on the Rosa Islands, or is it just one big bio program itself? So I'm asking, like, I was kind of confused. I remember looking at a program, maybe it's this, maybe it's not, but it said I need a prerequisite in ESRM class. Is it correct?
Let me talk about that a bit. So just so that people are aware, there are two summer programs that are happening this summer. There's one in June, which is the ESRM Anthro cross-listed. Is 7 units, and that's on the island for 22 days. And so that is a separate program than this summer program.
Okay.
And these are also both in addition to other, we have other class programs that are happening on the island that hopefully will be planning to be at full capacity in the spring. We'll see how that works, but there will be class opportunities on island. We also have other student research and such. But this program is in addition to the other summer intensive program that's happening in June. And the reality is that we were initially planning to stagger them and do that ESRM Anthro program in 2020 and this in 2021. We're going into 2022 and we're going to do them both. It's just that the other one is happening in the first summer session.
Okay.
I have a question. If we are interested in applying right now, I guess, the application process, like the actual application, when would that become available to us? Would that be like sent via email to us? You know, if we express interest, how would that kind of come about?
So we do not plan to make the application live until spring semester.
Okay.
So at the very soonest, it would be, you know, early spring semester.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's why we have the interest form, so you can feel like, okay, you know, I've expressed interest, and then you move on to the full application later. And the timing is a little different. Again, because it's not coming up very soon in terms of the summer session, right? We have a lot of time to prepare. So there's no rush. We can figure it all out in spring. It's just, we really wanted to get the word out so that people have this idea in their heads and can start planning.
Another question. So let's say like I'm set to go, I really want to do this program. What are some, I guess step ahead, what I could do now so I can be ahead on the application itself? So I'm not, like you said, like teacher recommendations, correct? So obviously that would be a head start. Would there be any other way to get ahead in the application process that you recommend?
Let's see. You know, we do not have the essay questions sort of outlined yet, but you could start thinking about, you know, thinking about like what you would want to get out of a program like this. So start thinking about your background and why you think this would be beneficial to you in terms of your career goals, why you're a good fit for the program on the other end, like, hey, pick me not only because I'm interested, but this is what I have to offer. So those types of things you can start, you know, wrapping your head around. You can also look into, you know, you can come and talk to any of the 3 instructors to start getting a feel for what kind of research we do. You know, I specifically, well, you know, what classes we teach, that kind of stuff, in order to get some insight about like what the details of the field method our CVs.
I don't know what your criteria is, but are you gonna be requiring CVs?
Yes.
For people, so that's something that people can do. Yeah.
Yes, so thank you, Russ. So when you go through the information, sort of intent to apply form, there's quite a bit of information built into that about what the application process is going to look like, including a CV, which is essentially just a resume, but usually it's a slightly longer format,
How many recommendation letters, if any, should we be kind of thinking about acquiring?
Well, we haven't discussed exactly how many, but typically it's at least 2. Okay. So 2, maybe 3, but start thinking about which at least 2 faculty members you could ask. And Jeff, feel free to chime in here if I'm if you think differently about any of these things.
Oh, I'm not sure if you can hear me that well. I've been sort of translating some of that back onto text here since some of it gets a little garbled. I'm just sort of replying to chat. Yeah, we haven't discussed about the number of letters of recommendation. My own personal number is probably 2 because this isn't a post undergrad program, so I think probably we'll hit somewhere around there, but the maximum would be 3.
And I'll just jump in very briefly here to say that again, this process and this program is different than the other ESRM Anthro, and that folks who have looked at that, I know it's mostly biology students here, which is fantastic. But if there are some people who have looked at that program, it has different deadlines, and that the full application is actually open now there, we're closing out in January. So just clarifying that again, they're 2 different programs.
Right. I suppose by your timeline, you could theoretically do both programs. They are in different sessions, although that would be a lot of time on the island.
Dedication.
It's a good dedication, yeah.
Actually, one more question.
One more question? Yeah.
So for the bio program, is there any other prerequisites that you guys recommend, or is it just a program open for bio students for sophomores and for older, I guess?
Yeah, well, we haven't defined any prerequisites. We want to make it very inclusive.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and we want there to be a mix of different sort of levels of experience. So that's why we're keeping it open from sophomore level through, senior level.
Yeah. The one thing we don't want are truly new students. We are not opening this to freshman status. And I even say that on purpose because if it is your first year at CI, but you have transfer credits, you would be perfectly eligible to be in here. So if you have biology courses that transfer over, that's totally fine too. So it is not meant to be a first year experience, which would be a very different type of field program. But I think our goal is to look at everybody from second year all the way through graduating seniors because there is good crosstalk and peer teaching that way as well.
One other quick thing, I'll jump in. I don't know if this applies to any of you, but this is something that we've done within the other program, which is if there are any of our students who are military veterans, your tuition costs would be covered by your GI Bill. So they would be covered for this as well. And that's why military veteran students are not eligible for scholarships because all their tuition is covered. Not sure that applies here, just wanted to mention.
We're gonna go ahead and open up for questions. If anybody, I'm gonna actually, while we do that, I'm gonna come back and leave the QR code open for anybody that still needs it in Zoom as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. So if you have questions in Zoom, either put it in the chat or raise your hand. I'm gonna go through the people in the room at the moment, see if they have any questions, and then we'll come back to you in just a sec. Does anybody have questions in the live audience? Was that pretty explanatory? Go ahead.
So just to confirm, we would take our application in for this program, and once we've heard back, then we register for the Channel Islands like summer stuff.
Yes, so do you mean the true application? Yes, the intent to apply, although not required, we really want you to do that no matter what. For the application, once you hear back from us, just register for Extended University Summer Session B, and you'll be able to find our course and enroll there. Send us the confirmation of that, and that secures your stuff.
Cool.
And then one clarification is that the reason these tuition rates are higher than you normally experience, and that's because these summer programs in Extended University have higher tuition rates. And we're working out for the scholarship, the full partial scholarship students, whether you'd actually be paid for that or whether we can work out a way that basically we would pay for the fees with 0 hour or be reduced according to the scholarship. So all that's going to be sorted out over the next several months.
Yeah, so that's 1,600 pound. I think the exact number is 1,584. That number is just because that's what 4 units plus fees costs to extend the university. Biology is collecting none of that directly.
Cool. And then is there any, I know there's one question in the chat.
Will we be able to have access to the PowerPoint?
To the PowerPoint? Yeah, we can share the PowerPoint. We can put it up on our Padlet for the Santa Rosa Island Research Station.
Yeah.
And a way to get there is if you follow us either on Instagram, the link in bio is there. We also have a QR code for it in our office here at Madera 1721, right? Is that our room number? And then also, if you follow CI Sync, in CI Sync, if you're it's the portal to look for clubs and organizations. You can look for the Santa Rosa Island Research Station on there and join the mailing list as if you were joining a club. And we will also be emailing you out the information for the intent to apply, as well as the information for the field program. So
the YouTube channel.
yes, and then so we are recording this session as well, and we have a YouTube channel. I guess I can probably do this, but we do. Yes, we have a YouTube channel that Aspen will be putting a link to in the chat, and so the YouTube channel has the pre-recorded sessions for info sessions for both the field program, so this one, and then also the interdisciplinary field school that is also happening, I believe in June of the summer 2022, and then any other past events that we have recorded as well are all on there. So the information is there. Yeah. Is there any other questions in the chat or in the room at all? Let's see. Thank you. Oh yes, absolutely. Go ahead. So the website, to get to our website, so you can either go to, there's several avenues. So CSUCI, just / it's a school website. Santa Rosa Island Research Station on the CSUCI website, and it'll come up. Our website is on there. But also, what I like to use actually is the CI Sync website, because I post all of that information on there as well. So in your portal, if you go to CI Sync, where you look for clubs and organizations, we are listed on there as well. So you can find our page, click on the join button, and then basically you'll get all of our emails for any events coming up that include any of the info sessions for the summer programs. Absolutely.
And then,
Sure.
A question that came up yesterday that I thought was
That's good. Yeah.
useful was, because the application's not going live until the spring. I just kind of wanted a question was, well, what can we do between now and then? And so, of course, the first step would be fill out this intent to apply, so that we have some information from you, so that as the application goes live, as we plan our info sessions, we can keep you informed about those in the spring. But also, as you go through this Qualtrics survey, you'll find that there's some information kind of embedded that gives you some foresight, you know, into what the application will look like. One is including a CV, so you could start working on your CV if you don't already have one. You could think about which faculty members you might ask to give you recommendations. And then the third thing is, you know, you could think about why, because ultimately you'll have to articulate sort of why you want to join this program and or why you're a good fit for the program in terms of what you bring, you know, to the group. So those are things you can already be thinking about between now and spring.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Recommendation letters, are they limited to faculty, or we can get it from internships or jobs that we
Recommendation.
Yeah.
I think we prefer faculty members, but we're open to other professional, you know, recommendation letters, but at least one faculty member thinks and we're thinking it will be at least 2 total. So yeah.
And unfortunately, you can't ask us. Sorry, Tamara.
You, I know you, it's a bad work.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any other questions? I don't see any. So if any other questions come up, please, you can contact us. Again, you can find all of the professors under the directory for CSUCI. You can also contact us and we can connect you with any of the professors that will be leading the biology fields program. You can contact us either, again, on the CSUCI website. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. You can DM us. We will get back to you. Again, find us on CI Sync. That's all of our contact info is on there as well. So if you have any extra questions, please reach out. Again, we're recording this, so we will put this on the YouTube channel if you missed any information. And that's about it. So we'll go ahead and we'll close out the meeting. Thank you everybody for coming, everybody live and on Zoom. And yeah, just have a great finals week. Hopefully get some rest, and we'll see you guys next semester for sure. Thank you.